Hello and welcome to From Chaos to Country, episode 16. Oh my god. Okay, so you might be wondering, where am I? I'm in our bedroom. We are officially on summer vacation. It starts a lot earlier here in Georgia. And so now we're from chaos to chaos. I'm just kidding. The kids are pretty chill. I don't want to say I'm failing in like all the activities that we need to do, but it's been a slow start. Like the kids have been chilling, they played some video games, they were on their phones, now we're having lunch, and now we're gonna go to the waterfall park. The past few days we've gone to the pool. So I'm one of those people, like, I like to get them out all the time, but sometimes I get on myself if I don't get them out early enough, or all those kinds of things. Today I had some body issues come up. If you're in your mid-40s, things don't always operate as smooth as you need them to. That's all I'm gonna say about that. So it was a slow start is what I mean. And also, I've been so like, oh, how am I going to set up my Patreon? How am I going to do that? Like, my ancestry, I did Ancestry DNA, and my traits have been popping up, like new traits that reveal. And I mean, it says, I'm motivated by success, but I have a hard time focusing. I mean, have you watched this podcast? No shit, right? And then I like to set goals, but I'm also not persistent. I'm least likely to be persistent. Oh, and get this, I'm least likely to be an optimist. Fantastic. Now I can completely embrace my crab season, right? So anyway, I didn't need a DNA test to tell me I have a hard time focusing. Duh. But with the kids out of school, when they're in school, I'm like, okay, I have a schedule, like, okay, we get them to school, I come home, I do this. Oh, and my sister-in-law just left from visiting, and my mother-in-law's here, so and they're doing, she works, so she's doing her own thing, but it's like there's still different dynamics at play. Like I don't know, it's not your usual routine, right? Summer vacation when you have little ones is never, I mean, unless you're sending them to camp, which, I am camp. So I could also do summer activities. Like, we could do a bunch of things. It's just been a slow start for me. And, you know what? I think I just have to let it go and be like, all right, we're going to get all the little fun activities done. I mean, this morning when Chris opened up the door to go into the garage, there was a frog in it. So they had fun playing with the frog outside. Then they came in. Like, I'm trying to find balance, but but I think that balance has to work on myself too. Like, man, do I not let things go. Like, let it go, Ro. That's why I talk about the chaos in my head. So from the chaos in my head, but surrounded by chaos, so it was okay, to the country, which, it's not country, but it's the forest, and how I still have to deal with the chaos in my head. Good Lord. And also, too, by a certain age, you kind of get tired of your old thinking. I don't know if any of you feel like this when you, like, hit your 40s. Like, really? Are we really going to let ourselves be bothered by that still? Seriously? What's the point? Worrying about things has not helped me whatsoever. So why don't we just try not worrying? I mean, that sounds a lot easier said than done, but really, I can focus on that. Because like I said last week, when I was not feeling well, all I wanted to do was feel well. So, and I have to remember that I was pretty sick last week, so it's okay if it's a little slow go. Then, so yeah, this week, I like to plan things, and I don't know about you guys, but I love to-do lists. I love to set up my to-do list. I love to cross things off my to-do list. But what I should actually probably change it to is what did I do list, instead of going, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. And also too, when you have like all these great ideas for your content, for your business, for this, and then I sometimes take a long time executing them, but I execute them eventually. Just sometimes things take a little longer. Like getting into the stand-up scene out here has taken me a little longer. And maybe that's just how it is. I mean, I gotta, like, sometimes I think I still have the energy of a woman in her 40s that doesn't have two little kids. And I'm not saying that if you're in your 40s, you can't be tired by any means. I remember I was asking a group about ideas for a podcast, like, what would you like to hear? In fact, I should probably look for that post because they had some interesting things. But one woman implied that I was saying that women that don't have kids don't struggle. That is not what I imply at all. I have not had kids for a very long time, and I still found things that either stressed me or I struggled with. So she kind of misinterpreted what I was saying. But, on a post and with words, people can't always pick it up. I will say this, though, because I have not had kids for a long time. I mean, I was 38 when I had Jacob, and I was 40 when I had Jayla, so that's a lot of living without kids. There's a difference to you're tired when you have kids. That I can actually say with full confidence. Definitely a difference. Because when I was in my 30s and I got tired and burnt out, which you can absolutely do without having kids, you could be childless and burned out. I would force myself to book a night of we're sleeping, we're relaxing, we're doing this. So that's something that you can actually do when you don't have little humans to worry about. Now, also, I don't want anybody to be like, some people get really mad when you talk about this because, like, you chose to have kids. Yeah, I know. I'm not complaining about having them. I'm just saying that I've got to be easier on myself for the amount of energy that I'm trying to put out there to keep up with my little ones. Like I should have a cup of coffee before we leave. That sounds like a great idea. But no, I'm not complaining at all. I love my little ones. I love being married. I love my little ones. I love this forest. I'm just loving life, and I'm loving feeling great, especially since I had a little hiccup this morning with my system. That's all I'll say about that. So I feel much better. And also too, it's okay that I'm not like, here we gotta go here and here and here all in one day. Like, it's okay if some days are a little lazy and some days are a little more booked. It's okay. Classes, I want to get them in classes. I just gotta build things so we can get into classes. Like, that's gonna come. Like, I also realize we've only been here for 6 months, which feels like a long time, but it's not really a long time. 6 months in a new place where we didn't know anybody or anything is actually not a lot of time. So I'm gonna work on going easy on myself, being gentle, and I'll check in. I might be doing my podcast at weird hours in weird locations for the summer. But and I'm setting up my Patreon. So if you'd like to see that, just let me know. I'm excited about it, and I'm going to take my time setting it up. And yeah, and just be easy on yourself. Be nice to yourself. Please, just, if there's anything you take away from this, just be nice to yourself. Okay, I'll see you next week. Bye.